neck ache. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to probably, let's not muck about, this is probably going to be one of my favourite ever episodes of BDAChat. So much so that we're actually not going to call this episode 52 in sort of...
homage.
I was looking for that word. In homage to the Super Bowl, we're going to actually retrofit this episode to be episode 53. Simply because it is Super Bowl 53. And we're going to be talking about, unfortunately, as much as me and Kay would love to sit here and talk about Brady versus Goff and Belichick versus Sean McVay, old versus new, Patriots versus Rams, we can't. We will, a little bit, obviously.
We'll sneak it in.
We'll sneak it in. And it's a shame that, let's be fair, my man Mahomes didn't make the final. We all know that the Chiefs should have been in the final. We don't want the Patriots to win, so go Rams. Yeah. Anyway, the Super Bowl is massive. So massive, in fact, that, well, basically, we're going to talk about the Super Bowl ads. Let's not muck about. The Super Bowl ads over the last 10 years, the last 53. So 53 is 53. The Super Bowls have had some crazy advertising and some crazy advertising spend. Let's not muck about. If you've got $5 million, you can buy yourself an ad on the Super Bowl. That's how much they cost, $5 million.
For 30 seconds.
For 30 seconds. Mm-hmm. For 30 seconds. So $5 million for 30 seconds. So we're going to go through, but before we do, I'm just going to bring up my computer. There we go. Super go.
Subtle.
So the Super Bowl ads, you may remember that there were some killer ones. 1984, Apple released the Apple Mac.
Yeah, I remember it really well. Yeah.
I don't remember that one.
I wasn't born for another 9 years or so. But.
It's quite... Go Google them. We're not going to go through all of it, please. If you've got the chance, go Google. What we're going to do is we're going to put... Actually, we need to go through that. We'll go that in a second. Go Google some of these ads, because Apple's 1984 ad is... it's out there. 2015, Always Released Run Like a Girl. I just watched that again today. That's still a really powerful ad. I still like that ad. 2000, we remember Budweiser, what's up?
What's up?
Don't we? You see, look at the impact they had. 2011, Volkswagen released Embracing the Power of the Force. Remember that one? With the kids?
With the kid.
The Darth Vader. Darth Vader.
I don't know why I did a lightsaber effect with the hands and the Force then.
Don't worry about it, John. We'll get to it. 2012, Matthew's Day Off. Matthew Broderick did a Fueller's Day Off.
Yeah.
A remake.
I remember that.
No, I saw that one, watched them this morning. 1976, Coca-Cola's Hey Kid Catch. Now, this was way back before my time. 2 years, in fact, before my time.
I don't think they would have been showing it in the UK yet.
No. I don't even know who anyway, Google it, but it's heritage there for you. Pepsi's 1992, Cindy Crawford opening a can of Pepsi. It is the most ad you'll ever see.
It is just a new generation.
It is literally, man, that Pepsi can looks good. It was the relaunch of Pepsi, and all Cindy does is get out of a Lambo and basically just walk over to a vending machine, pop a can of Coke, literally stand there. Whether or not there's Coke in that can, I'd love to know. I don't think there is. She just...
Well, there wouldn't be. There'd be Pepsi.
There's two kids.
If there was Coke,
if
there was Coke in the can, well, there's a major.
Get fired.
God damn it! You had one job.
Is that our can? But I love the way we'll get to Pepsi in a minute because I love what they're doing in a minute, and I'm not really a Pepsi fan. I always go for a Coke.
Pepsi always wins.
But anyway, we'll get there in a minute. And I'm allowed to start off. So Google it. 1992, Cindy Crawford. Doritos. They've done some great stuff, but last year's Doritos are always big on Super Bowl.
Yeah,
always big on Super Bowl. And last year's Melissa McCarthy's Saving the World. There's always if you've got $5 million just to get on the air, let alone actually how much it's going to record to make some of these adverts. But Super Bowl 53, I think I did have a stat of how much basically. This is your moment. You've got. If anything that I love about the NFL, 'cause it's always full of stories. One of the stories from the NFL is that the Super Bowl is the last ditch attempt for advertising of old to fight back. You're watching TV. You've got roughly 110 million people watching the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's more than the population of the UK. Just watching one event.
That is your opportunity to push your new brand out there, stir up the competition, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to speak to your consumers, this is your chance. Now, okay, it's going to cost you $5 million to do it, but
for that reach, arguably,
solid
solid
investment, good brand alignment. If you're going for that sort of typical, I suppose, without sort of deep diving their audience stats, you can make assumptions of the type of audience that are going to be watching that event. To reach those people in that sort of platform with that alignment, with that heritage, and also, I suppose, again, the adverts have almost become an event as well as Super Bowl. People wait to see what are going to be the big creatives, what's going to be the big ads that are going to be showing. So you've almost got that a bit like the John Lewis Christmas ad. People waiting what's going to be seen must have additional impact beyond just showing an ad.
Yeah. I mean, if you even get movie trailers dropping now in Super Bowl adverts. In the halftime show, simply because look at the halftime show itself. It's Lady Gaga. It's always there. They know, But to be fair, it can be extravagant when you think about it. Last year, I think the Super Bowl, just the adverts generated $5 billion.
That's ridiculous.
So
I guess it's that reach though. It's
Justin Timberlake for $1 billion. It's cheap.
Yeah,
well, supposedly so. Yeah.
Or wherever, I don't know how much, but do you know what I mean? Whoever you're going to get for the halftime show, you might as well just write a blank check.
The reach you're getting there, and like John said, you're going out to so many different people, and it's not very often do you get to advertise at a sporting event and you're not just targeting a sports fan environment, because you know that a solid percentage of the country is watching at that very moment, and you can target every demographic you ever want. Basically, it doesn't matter what your product is, there is a customer for that will be watching the Super Bowl. It's as simple as that. You can guarantee it.
I mean, there feels very much with American football, because of the college football system, it feels more of a family sport. It's a clan, it's a pack, it's a tribe. Like you're saying, kind of those demographic targeting. When you think of sports, traditionally you go, oh, I know that's going to be 18 to 24 men that I'm going to be reaching. That's who's going to watch this. But yeah, with Super Bowl, you've got families sat around the TV, all watching the event. So you've got that ability to hit that broad audience.
It's funny that, because you say about you men and that, but. From what I've discovered, anyway, we're gonna get into the ads. I haven't introduced anybody, sorry, because I got so excited about it. So, John, name literally flashed out of my head, then flashed back in there. Did you see that? Did you see how I did that? John, join us again. You're back.
I am.
Welcome back to the podcast, John. And we've got Cape and me, Lee.
Returning.
Yep, Cape's returning for 2 out of 2, 3 out of 3.
Nice little brace. So.
What's that mean? 4, 3,
2.
Oh, right, there you go.
It's pair, isn't it?
I thought it was a pet.
Is it? Don't worry.
Anyway,
braces. Is that what it is?
So we're back. Let's back to cover the point of the NFL. I've from watching it, I've seen more females within the NFL than say the Premier League.
That's the cheerleaders.
No. There's more. There are those as well, but there's more in terms of presenters. There's definitely far more female presenters involved in the game than there are in the Premier League.
It's good.
It's crazy how the Premier League just don't seem to move with the times.
Wow.
Or embrace the female audience.
I'm not in charge of the Premier League, but it's something we need to look at.
It's something. So Super Bowl ads. Cave's going to run through they've kind of released some already. So there's bound to be a few surprises in that halftime show. There always will be. But some have been released. What we're going to do is we're going to just have a quick chat about them. The best bet is we'll put the links to the show. If you want to follow along, we'll put the links to the adverts in the show notes below. Stop now. Go get a cup of tea and a pack of, what would you reckon, Doritos? Chocolate hot knobs. Dangerous. Go get a pack of them.
Get both.
Sit down. Get both, or make some Pringle stacks.
January's over. Enjoy.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to lose the Christmas.
We've all been there. We're
anyway.
all there.
So, it's knee deep. And go away, watch the ads, and then come back. Okay, so push pause. And you're back. Right. Okay, so you've seen the ads. We've caught up. Cave's going to now go full into the ads.
All right. Well, we'll jump in, but we've spoken a lot about America, and I just obviously want to put it out there that the Super Bowl has obviously grown its reach way beyond America. It's averaging sort of 110 each year million viewers in America, and it's 50 million outside of the United States, and it's growing year on year. So these brands are, advertising to a global audience as well. But we'll jump straight in with the Doritos advert. Obviously, you've both seen it. Well, I guess, what did you think? It's a hard one, really, for me to sort of get my head around. I don't know if I like it.
You may have to bring it back up on screen because I've seen so many ads now.
It had the Backstreet Boys in. It's
Oh
hard
yes,
to forget.
yes,
And
yes.
mumble rap.
Yeah, and
I think
mumble
that's
rap,
how you classified it.
Yeah,
Well,
Chance the Rapper, mumble rapping.
to be fair, so, you know, I don't know how you feel, John, but for me, I kind of feel a little bit disappointed by some of these ads this year. They don't feel as there's no Tide there yet. Although saying that, we'll get to one that is a little bit Tide-esque. Remember the Tide one?
Tide Pod Challenge.
Yeah, it wasn't. Was that eating them? Or?
No, the Tide.
Don't
It was the detergent.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that one. And they
No,
had
I
that
don't
chap out of Stranger Things in it.
No, I really
Oh,
don't.
Google that. That's a great one. So, Doritos. From a production point of view, is amazing.
It's a lot of flashiness, a lot of colour, a lot of, there's the smoke, there's the faces, there's the cars.
It's got nostalgia there. It's
Does it
got
feel
a theme
related
tune.
to American football?
No, but none of these are.
No.
You'd struggle to find any one of these that are related.
It's interesting
to
that they've chosen this. Obviously, it's a major event and it gets broadcast everywhere. But you'd have thought they at least try and align the message to the event.
Yeah, it's
but a lot of these, and I just that one in
Yeah.
particular, because it seems so askew. From, I mean, if Backstreet Boys were performing, then you could kind of.
At the event, yeah.
At
I
the,
get what
at the
you're
event,
saying,
if they were both there performing at the event, it would kind of have a tie, and you'd be like, oh, I see why they've gone for that. But it seems an unusual angle to go for.
I feel like they're just trying to target 90 nostalgia,
Yeah.
which is very big and trendy at the moment. You can
Westlife
see
are
it
back.
throughout, everyone's coming
Sheeran written
back.
song.
They're all there.
Westlife's back. Oh, no,
It's
that's
Backstreet.
yeah.
That's Backstreet.
Yeah, it's literally.
Backstreet.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's not NSYNC, is it?
No, it's definitely not. It's
Which one
boys.
was NSYNC?
Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
Oh, was that? Did he come from NSYNC? I thought he came from
Yeah.
Backstreet.
No.
No,
Who came from Backstreet then?
no one.
Oh. Which
Anyway.
was Wahlberg? Which one was Wahlberg in?
I had no idea.
Johnny Wahlberg. No, Danny Wahlberg.
Yeah.
He had his
Donny-
brother.
Donny
Donny
Wahlberg.
Wahlberg. We
Yeah.
get there in the end. 3-time challenge.
Mark Wahlberg.
That's
Mark
it, Mark
Wahlberg.
Wahlberg. Where did Mark Wahlberg? He come from
New
New Kids on the Block.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
One for
Marky
one.
Mark.
Yeah.
Marky Mark.
Stand
Anyway,
up.
the Doritos advert.
Yep.
It's a great opportunity for them to release they're putting
They
a.
didn't release anything new.
Well, they're
It's
putting
just
a
them.
twist. No, they've put a twist on the original Doritos flavour and they've made
Yeah.
it hot. That's what the whole advert's about.
Yeah, they've twisted the original
Oh,
to
I was
make it
going to
hot.
say,
Yeah,
if you
got
didn't
that.
get that, then it's a really bad advert.
No, I got that, but I was just like,
There's no narrative. There's no story. It's not that engaging beyond some
the message
famous
does
faces.
get confused because half the time you are just watching coloured smoke,
Mm.
a plane in the background that looks like it's been
Some
sort of
weird
like
cars.
graphicked up, some cars, and then the Backstreet Boys sort of like turn up.
Which is nice to see them.
It is nice. It's nice. What they should have had
Mm.
would have been better. They should have had like Westlife versus Backstreet versus NSYNC versus New Kids on the Block, and then for a UK twist because the NFL wants to get over.
Boyzone?
They should have Boyzone 911.
Club
The Irish
7.
band.
S Club
They
7.
get the Irish band.
That
Spice
Irish
Girls.
band,
Yeah.
Spice. If they should have had that, see,
Spice
now
Girls.
that would have
That's the
been
Irish
a
version.
massive advert.
I think the budget
That would have cleaned up.
would have been quite big on that.
No, but they all need to come back, don't they? So
Yeah.
they would have been like, yeah, do you know what? 110 million people are going to
Bewitched.
watch it? What's
It's
it?
another band.
You never know.
110 million people in America. Well, it's got greater reach than that. It's going to be
Look,
seen
Spice Girls,
online. It's going to be seen everywhere.
Yeah, but that's the UK
Can't
market.
forget
they
that.
need- yeah.
But will that? So you've seen that advert. You're in the in the shop. You're thinking, oh, I need some sort of crisp style snack. You're looking at the aisle. Will that ad make you go, I want a hot Dorito?
Right.
Because that's obviously the point of brand advertising.
Over
is
Christmas,
brand recall.
there's a certain Doritos with a hint of lime. Man, I will destroy a bag of them. And if
By the
they-
branded dip.
Nah, I never buy the. I don't trust the branded dip because it's always sitting like I don't understand how.
Everything else can be in the fridge.
Yeah, but that dip is not. I don't get that. Like sour cream. That should be in the fridge, right? But how come it's not when you're going in the Dorito aisle? It's obviously not
It
sour
hasn't
cream.
been opened yet.
No. I'm
don't-
not buying that one.
I don't know.
It's
I also
preservatives.
don't know how this relates to the Super Bowl.
It
So
don't.
moving on.
Yeah, well, the ad. How does it relate
So,
to Super Bowl?
should we rate these?
Yeah,
Should we have a
we'll
winner?
rate it. Yeah,
What's
yeah.
our
So,
score?
so what? How many points do we have? So do we? Can we give that a 5, or do we give it? Do we all have 5 points?
No, we're just gonna give it a score out of 10.
Out of
That's
10,
the
yeah.
easiest.
But then
way
how do
to
we get? How do we get a winner?
Whoever
just
gets
add the
highest
points
Ollie
up.
will just put them on screen
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
end.
Oh,
We'll
okay.
have
Thanks,
it on the
Ollie.
table. Thanks,
Okay. All right.
Ollie. So
So I have to vote for Doritos out of 10.
yeah, out of 10.
Have you got 10 there then? because then otherwise I
No,
need to
no,
save
no.
my...
Just give it a score out of 10. How is this so confusing?
Okay, all right. So Doritos.
Who's Bruno Toliani?
Doritos Backstreet's Back featuring Westlife.
No, featuring Chance the Rapper.
Chance the Rapper.
Oh yeah. I don't have to go first. Johnny, go first.
I'm going to give it 6 out of 10.
Oh, he's middle of the road. He's gone middle of the road.
Yeah, it's middle of the road.
Neutral, vanilla.
He's
I'm going to give it 4, and that seems harsh, but it's only 4 because of Backstreet Boys, you know.
So another
because
band.
had it would have been NSYNC, you'd have been all over it.
No. I think
Westlife.
without them, it would have been like a 2.
Oh my word.
Well, it wouldn't have
So-
worked
that's right.
because he'd have been rapping and looking at behind him, and
I don't know who the rapper is. Am I supposed to know who the rapper
Chance
is?
the Rapper.
Yeah, he's pretty famous.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Anyway, what would you give it?
For production value, I think it's really good, to be fair. I kind of like it. I like the
It's too flashy.
boldness of it. It's not my favourite, so therefore I can't give it a 10. I can't give it a Len 7. So, where do I go? I'll go. I think it deserves more than a 4 because of the production and the money. But then saying that doesn't mean it's any good. I'll just go 5. 5.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Moving on.
Let's
4,
talk-
5, 6.
Number 2. So number 2 now. If you've not watched it, quickly pause. Cup of tea. You're gonna have loads of tea by the end of this. Another chocolate knob, and we're gonna go up with Coca-Cola next. Is that right?
Yes,
Coca-Cola
Coca-Cola.
animation. So quick. Hang on. Let's hit stop. And you're back. Right.
we
let's go.
can't do this with everyone yet.
No.
Just watch them all through
Yeah.
and then come back to us. Watch every advert, then come back.
Yeah, but they might not know that. So
Okay, well now they do.
now you do.
Now you do.
Perfect.
So
Right.
look, we
So-
saved on tea and biscuits.
Coca-Cola is an interesting one. They've pulled out of adverts during the Super Bowl this year, and they're only advertising just before the national anthem, and they're playing this animation.
I wonder how cheap that is.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But
I think
Yeah,
it's
it's-
still the 5 mil. I bet it's still 5 mil.
yeah, it's 3.5. I don't know. Just taking a guess. But
Yep.
it's a lovely animation. But
Yep.
That's all I can say.
Have you seen this one?
I have. It's a lot better than the I just love Coke advert that they're going for at the moment because they're trying to push their Coke Zero at the moment because no one's buying sugar-based drinks. I have seen the ad. Yeah, it was Coca-Cola. When you think of Coca-Cola, it usually does quite bold ads.
Yeah.
You know, its branding is usually quite on point. Particularly, you know, you think of the Christmas ads; they're obviously all over that. Diet Coke is kind of legendary.
Coca-Cola's Christmas ads.
Yeah.
I've never known a company reuse the same ad over and over and
Yeah,
over.
but
Yeah, because-
if they didn't play it, there would be riots in the streets.
I know, but
You know if you-
Coca-Cola, I mean, like, what should we do?
They
for
drive the lorries
I know.
around now.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what they do?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I have
Actual
heard that.
lorries
Holidays
drive
are
down the
coming.
street.
Well, that's the better way
People
to
nearly crash because they get so excited as the lorry passes them. Like,
It's Optimus Prime. No, it's it's a Coca-Cola.
That's a good hat. That's a good mashup, isn't it? 1 year. Is that's Optimus Prime? Anyway.
all right. As the
Why
only
won't he sit still?
animator
Oh,
in
because
the
he's been
group,
drinking Coca-Cola.
what do you make of the Coca-Cola advert?
As an emotive piece, I'm not so sure on it. I love the animation style. Don't get me wrong, but part of me is kind of like wishing it would just up a gear a little bit. I'd compare it probably if you're going to do animation. Right now, you probably need to do something like Spider-Man in the Spider-Verse. If they did something like that, that was a
I
little
mean,
bit more
that style, the art.
yeah, that sort of artistic style, a little bit more of a punchier soundtrack to get you really sort of and keep it flashy and change it up. It's 30. I mean, it feels. I think that's 30 seconds. It feels longer than that.
I think it's a minute.
Yeah, that one feels. So there's bound to be a short. Well, in fact, if it's going out, there's no way they'd get a minute.
You can do.
Really? What?
Yeah.
For?
$10
So
million.
it's not my
Costs a
favourite.
lot, there's no discount.
But so I'll just quickly jump ahead. I'll give it a 7 simply because it's animated, and you know, animation is always a braver option, and I'll give it 7 for the animators that
I
worked hard.
think the narrative there is they're showing like everyone enjoying.
Yeah, everyone can
bottle
enjoy
of
Coke.
Coca-Cola. Like,
That's
It
been their
seems to be-
message for a long time, though.
The one thing I did take from it is it seems to be showing unity, and obviously the big controversy around why they struggled to get bans this year to Super Bowl is, you know, Kaepernick refusing to take the knee, or you know, the whole kind of race controversy around Super Bowl, and it felt like the Coca-Cola advert of all of these seemed the most kind of that was pushing unity.
Yes,
and
I
I know
definitely
that's
got
a
that
very
vibe.
soft kind of like brandy wishy-washy message maybe, but I don't know. That's what I took from it. It just seems to be pushing that unification.
Our market is everyone. We're all inclusive.
Like, we've got the whole world
given the
in our
politics
hands.
going on in America. I'm not surprised. Do you know that you've seen that tweet? I don't know where I saw something on BBC that apparently Trump has said that God suggested that he should be president.
I don't want to get involved in US politics on this
let's not
podcast.
get involved in US
on.
politics.
I'm gonna give it. I'll give this one a 7.
It was his dog.
Coca-Cola
Just got it
advert.
wrong.
It's nice.
I like it. Yeah, it's just not
Exciting enough.
no.
John?
6 from me.
6 from you.
Are you writing these down?
Yeah, Holly's writing them down.
Yeah, but how
Yeah,
do we know
yeah.
which one's okay?
Oh,
The
That's
scores
we don't know.
down
Yeah, the scores
there
will
at
appear
some
the
point.
end.
Yeah, but we need to know which one's one at the
Yeah,
end.
we'll just fill it in somehow. We'll
Yeah.
clap and cheer and we'll dub it over. Anyway, Pepsi. I really liked the Pepsi advert this year. I found it cheeky. So Pepsi, the backstory behind it, they've actually pulled out the last few years before this because they said, the advertising at the Super Bowl is just ridiculous. It's far too expensive. Mm-hmm. They're not going to compete with Coca-Cola, who obviously like advertising in every ad slot. They've heard that Coca-Cola took a step back and went, seeing as our major competitor isn't there, we'll just put one before the national anthem and everyone gets the idea. And they've just then jumped in and been like, right, we'll take the ad spots that Coca-Cola did have. And it's a little cheeky dig. They've got some famous faces. They released a teaser. I really like it. I think it was funny. You know, that whole, when you go into a restaurant and they're like, we only have Pepsi, or, we don't do Coke. And it's just that little joke on that, is Pepsi okay? And it's like, yeah, it is. That's the whole advert. I really like it. It's enjoyable.
The funny thing is that when I used to work as a barman, we got told one day, we all got, a little manager's meeting. Not that I was a manager, but we just, the manager would say, right, one thing, we've been told that if somebody asks for a Coke, you have to, by law, tell them that you don't have Coke and is Pepsi okay?
Yep.
It is otherwise, if you sell them Coke when it's not Coke and it's Pepsi, you could get in severe trouble.
You get sued.
You get sued, basically.
Yep.
So, and I love the fact that Pepsi have taken that and played with
Run with it, yeah.
and gone, all right. And the fact that, it's, who's the chap that's Steve Carell?
Yeah.
He's brilliant. It's just a witty, fun poke at Coke, but poke at themselves. It's made them quite human. And given some of their adverts that they've had in the past that have been absolutely nasty, to the point of, and it's surprising how one advert can change brand perception. You kind of get, well, for me it is, maybe I'm a bit dim, but I saw it and I was like, oh, do you know what? I kind of like that advert. It's kind of swayed my view on them as a brand. Not, do I want to go get a Pepsi over a Coke? Nah, I don't mind, to be fair. But as a brand,
there's a Pepsi marketing executive somewhere going, still not working.
So much money.
No, but to be fair, you don't get the choice a lot of places. Pepsi go, I don't really care. But they'll come and put that, and this is how I always think of motive advertising. It's never going to get you first time. It's going to get you that second, that third time. When you know what, you're walking down there, I was like, we'll just grab a Pepsi. We'll just be different. We'll just grab it. And I like that.
You'll get reminded of it every time you go to a bar or restaurant. They go,
is
Pepsi okay?
And you're gonna, and you're gonna think of that ad.
Coasties!
Yeah. And you're gonna go,
Okay. I'll get a barrel.
No, Pepsi's okay. Can I get 2 with ice and a slice?
Exactly.
So, no, I really like this. I think it's fun. And it's got a bit of a backstory to it in terms of what Coke have done, in terms of what they're not doing. This for me, definitely, this is going to get an 8 for me. It's a good one.
I'm going to do one better.
So,
8.5.
You can't do
you can't do half.
We can't do half scores. Because
do half size.
Look, let's be fair. What did you get in math at GCSE?
Oh, I don't know.
See, you don't even know. I got C. What did you get?
I got C.
We're bleeped.
Took 4 times.
There's no way. 4 times! Holy shite.
Yeah, D. Then I bothered turning up for lessons. C.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you know what? That's the one thing I said about
It's good that work with numbers now, isn't it?
The education system. Why they have to put?
Yeah.
Why
Anyway,
they have to put?
I'll give it an 8.
Yeah.
As well.
Oh, well done. I'll round it up to 9, seeing as I'm not allowed 0.5s.
Okay. You're keeping score.
Yep.
Got those written
Pepsi's
down.
in the lead.
I feel it might be in the lead now.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. Next.
We're moving on to the beer segment of the podcast, and we're going to talk about the Stella advert first.
Have we got any beer?
No, we haven't got any beers. I'm afraid. So, Stella advert.
What do you drink whilst you were watching the game?
Well, here's the thing. I was having a chat. Probably Stella, Budweiser, or the outside one would be Coors Light.
Nah, see, I'm Hop 13. Hop House. Whatever it is.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
It's lovely. Anyway, sorry, derailed you again.
You're just
Carry on.
promoting other brands in this podcast. Come on, just stick to the ones we're talking about. Stella.
Yep.
It's a nice advert.
Oh yeah, and the water initiative they're doing at the end of it.
Yes.
Nice as well. Yeah, you have to.
Exactly.
Don't forget to cover that.
It's that, try something a bit different sort of approach.
I wonder how they did because right. So basically, so it's messing with what you'd normally expect. So it's got Sarah Parker Bowles? No, Sarah Camilla. What's her name?
I have no idea.
Sarah Jessica Parker.
That's
No.
the one.
Is it?
No, yes it is.
It's not Parker Bowles.
It's Sarah Jessica Parker.
I've got no
That would be
idea.
a very
SGP.
strange advert.
It's her.
I'm not a big Sex in the City fan. It's
Well,
got the woman from
Sex in the City. That's
yeah.
Sarah.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
it. She's married to Matthew Broderick.
That's right.
Yeah. So it's got her. She's basically in a restaurant. You expect her to go there. She goes to the Cosmopolitan. The waiter comes up to her, and she's like, "No, I'm going to try Stella Artois." And I think it's brilliant. The fact that he's like, "Oh my god, what?"
And all chaos.
And all
on
chaos.
panels.
Yeah, you've seen it anyway. But I just like that. And the fact that they get the Sex and the City theme tune or a rendition of it. I don't know if it's the same. It sounds a little bit different. Not that I watch Sex and the City, and I like that it's playing with expectation. And it was different from what Stella did. Plus, it's very American. Stella's never gone that American.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen any advertising. Normally, it's very European. It's always Italian or French, maybe or Belgium, but never full on American. And then to get what's his name?
Jeff Bridges.
We're really good at this.
Right, okay.
We'll
get there.
That famous person.
We'll get there. He was in,
Yeah.
basically, it's the character from The Big Lebowski.
Jeff Bridges.
But I can't remember.
The dude.
Jeff Bridges.
Oh, it's in
Bridges.
Tron. Jeff Bridges. To get Jeff Bridges come in and then order a Stella Artois. Just again.
Or our toys.
Or twice or whatever he said. It's just, it was brilliant. Whether or
nice.
not they were filmed together, that's the thing I would, because she doesn't actually...
They never appear in the same room at the same time.
No,
Are
well,
they the same
they do
person?
that. There's a
it's
split
okay,
cut,
yeah.
and I don't know if they probably weren't. To be fair, I very much doubt they were. But I really like it. I like the fact that it's just a little bit. It's short and sweet. It doesn't stand around too long, and it does get you thinking about Stella Artois.
There's someone at the door.
There is.
Hello,
We're recording a podcast.
hello.
That'll be the editor we keep in the basement.
Who's that?
It's Jarvis.
Is it Jarvis?
I don't know. I'm taking a complete guess. I assume if someone does something stupid, it's Rob.
It must be Jarvis.
What I thought was quite interesting about this advert is Stella Artois is owned by AB InBev, Anheuser-Busch, who also own Budweiser. So effectively you've got two brands under the same branded house advertising at the same time, competing against each other
Yeah.
for an audience.
Well, but I mean, it'd be interesting to see. Well, I mean, I don't know what the beer sort of if Americans just drink Bud. I don't know. I should imagine I imagine they don't. But I mean, what tastes better, Stella Bud? I don't know. But I think, to be fair, this is the NFL. Rather than saying, okay, you got too big, I think this is the NFL trying to reach out to a different market outside
to the different
the US.
audience. They know it's going to be watched outside of the US.
Yeah, I think they've got to start thinking that way. And some of these, to be fair, none of the other than the Bud one is. Well, we'll get into that one next. Is full on American sort of. I mean, it harks back to some of their older stuff with Cowboys in almost to a degree. So sorry, Stella.
Score for Stella?
Stella, where we ended on Stella.
I liked it. It's got a bit more of a narrative behind it, playing on a bit of history. I think it basically did what Doritos did, but a bit better.
Oh, yeah.
And it's still got that niceness. The Stella, they're in a posh restaurant. It's not just filmed, just in any old bar.
Oh, plus you got the water initiative. Apparently, for every time you buy a bottle of Stella or buy a beer, Stella, the company, will make sure that they give access to someone that hasn't got water for a month.
Yeah, which I think is absolutely brilliant.
It's brilliant. Yeah.
The initiative behind that, it's a bit more personal. It's a bit more emotive. I don't know. I'll give it a 7. I
7?
liked it, yeah.
You going, John?
I'll give it a 7 as well.
7. Okay, I'm going 10.
10.
10.
Top shot. It's by far. It's got a story.
Yep.
It's got the Big Lebowski. It's got SJP. I mean, I don't watch Sex and the City, but for me, it's filmed really nicely. It's got comedic elements to it. It's just got some nice frames in there.
I think it's appealing to multiple audiences.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and it's about beer.
Brilliant.
Good job.
Right. Well, on to our next beer, Budweiser.
I see now Budweiser.
I loved it. I really like the Budweiser one.
I love it for the camera moves. I love it for the fact that I'm not so sure when it goes past that tree that just automatically just appears in shot, which I find a little bit odd. But that's just a technical thing. I liked it. It doesn't speak to me like the
meaning
Stella
behind it, I think, is more powerful. You know, the fact that they're only using renewable wind energy now to produce Budweiser, nothing else. They're a completely clean green initiative company.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there's that.
And I think that's really powerful. It's a powerful message.
I don't think they play enough on that though. If I'm honest, it's more about a camera move than anything.
It's about a dog enjoying the wind.
Yeah, I get that. Don't get me wrong. It's nice.
I did think it was going to be a dog version of the Bound music video to start with. Bound.
But yeah,
That
I
dog's
really
on a
liked it.
motorbike.
That would have been good. I really liked it. I'm gonna give it a 9.
Yeah, it's good. Like I say, it's shot lovely. Nice bit of music. I always think, would you watch it again? And with Stella, I've watched Stella a couple of times. With Bud, I've watched once. I might watch it again when it comes on. But other than that, it's okay.
But the message is nice. Saving the planet.
But they don't. It may be, but if that was their
Killing the planet with alcohol-related liver poisoning while saving them.
well, yeah, if that's the case, why not give the money like with Stella? They're trying to
They
help people
are
that
part
can't.
of their company is giving the money. It's their own.
Well, no, but they're just but they're only. At the end of the day, they're only investing in renewable energy because it's saving them money.
Yeah, in the long run, I get that.
It's not, So,
No, they're doing it because it's saving the planet.
Well, they are. But that's the spin.
Okay, what are you giving it?
I give it a 7.
Ooh,
Ooh, John.
higher than I was expecting. I'm going to give it a 7 as well.
Ooh,
I thought, like I
nice.
said, I wouldn't watch it again. It was alright to watch once, but I
Yeah,
wouldn't watch it again.
it is. Yeah, and you feel bad for that because so much money's gone into it, and it's got some lovely shots in it.
Yeah.
But it just, it just lacks that killer punch of this is the message. It almost like it ends, and it's almost like when you get that. To be fair with you, when it then has the wind thing with the bloody logo on it, I'm like, oh god, you've gone and done. There aren't those out there.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be cool if they were. You know. It's a sponsorship opportunity if anyone's looking
No,
for
what they
one.
should have done is they should have beer bottles, massive tall beer bottles, right? With the thing on the
that
top.
would have been nice.
No, that would
yeah.
have been
Would've
awesome.
been nice.
You know. But
Right, well, Budweiser, if you're listening, that's our
You heard it
idea.
here first.
Anyway, I'm going to jump about. We're all glancing at this list.
Not if you want to stay on camera.
Yeah. I'm going to move down to the Amazon advert. I'm just going to put it out there. By far my favourite. I've
Best
probably
ad.
watched it through 4 or 5 times and it still makes me chuckle.
Well done,
each
Jeff.
time. Yeah.
Well done.
You know, a lot of money would produce good adverts. Who would have thought? You know?
I know.
Amazon, the ones with Harrison Ford in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's.
It's
That,
super.
it's a self
Yeah.
little Mickey take out of themselves. It's very funny. It's just got a bit of a story. To
It has a
ticks all the
personality.
boxes,
It has
yeah.
a personality, and it has humour to it, which you have to say most on this list are completely devoid of.
Yeah.
They either try shock and awe, Ole, or they try to be let's be a little bit different skills, or they try to be a little bit the norm. Dare you say Doritos, Coca-Cola, maybe not so much Pepsi, but definitely Budweiser. So for me, yeah, the Amazon one is the one that really does. It's the Tide ad.
It's got the
this
most
year. It's
personality.
just got it's got feels. It's got funniness to it. You know, there's so
Cast
many
is
different.
fantastic. They got great.
Yeah, you've got like Harrison and his
I
dog.
don't even think the cast is needed. Genuinely, I think it's a nice touch.
You
And
think
obviously
even without
Amazon, yeah,
the
I just the
celebrities?
story behind it, like it's funny. The dog, it ticks all the boxes. You know.
Everyone loves a French
Yeah, you got a
bulldog.
point
I
there
think
because
it's
it
French
kind of it almost feels like it's one of those ads where you could get a rising star coming from that ad. You know, a bit like remember that kid who was in the you know you could have had that story of the kid and his dog, but Harrison's in there. I think they just played it safe by saying we need a bit of weight. So
Yeah.
let's show some muscle and get. I mean, who else is in this? Harrison.
There's the guy from.
I didn't recognise some of the other ones.
He's in Criminal Minds, and I think he was in Black Panther as well. Who was brushing his teeth? I can't remember his
You're
name.
talking
at
about
all.
Forrest Whitaker.
Is that his name?
Oh yeah, Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
We
He
are
was in
great
Rogue
with
One.
names.
Yeah.
He was in Rogue One.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
So it's a Star Wars theme in the advert.
Yeah.
All
He was
right.
in-
Well, okay. I like that one. The people in the hot tub, I have no idea who they were.
No, I don't
don't
think.
think
famous,
they.
yeah.
I think they went. Do we need famous women in a hot tub? People watch it anyway.
They would have just. Well, they could have done, but then they would have replaced.
I
their
think
head.
that's the best scene in it as well. You know, when it starts going, the water's going everywhere, and they get thrown out of it.
But part of that now, see, my brain went, "Ooh, this is the one that worked."
Yeah.
Because I kind of like the fountain water fountain. I think, oh, that'd be cool.
And it looked like a giant Alexa as well. That's what I liked about
Yeah.
it. The way it was lit up around the edge, and it was a hot tub.
yeah, I
as
noticed.
well.
They were clever with some of that
Yeah.
stuff. I mean, yeah, I would have loved to be on set and just worked on that. That looked like a fun video to work on.
Yeah, it's got a bit of personality.
That's because you just like jacuzzis, don't you? That's the only reason you'd like to work on.
It's
that
hot
particular
tubs, jacuzzis. are
Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Hot tubs. I apologise.
I'm gonna give it a 10. I loved it.
Yeah, it's definitely up there. I'll give it a 10. It's between that and Stella. Amazon is my favourite, but simply because it's just a little bit different. And I like Stella, but yeah, I'll give it a 10.
10.
Oh, there you go. Right, we go. Amazon's one.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Might as
obviously going to be the
Just
winner at
leave
the end,
now.
so that's spoiled. But just talking about some of the ones that are a bit different.
I didn't see the Gillette one.
Well, the Gillette one is the Gillette ad that everyone's been talking about. The
Yeah, I still haven't
controversial
seen
Gillette-
that ad.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't want to labour too much into it, whether we think it's controversial or not, or anything like that. But I just think the interesting thing behind it is they're possibly talking about pulling it because the ad is so controversial. And
I've heard that a lot though, but I would have thought they would have made that decision.
well,
Surely by the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but you're not going to make it public, are you? If you
No,
have
it's
plans-
PR, isn't
I'm
it?
just intrigued as a brand if they're brave enough to go, no, let's go ahead with it, or they're going to cave to peer pressure.
What's so bad about it?
Oh,
There's been a lot of controversy as to
Yeah.
whether it's sort of a corporate brand trying to latch itself to the Me Too movement, and there's been uproar that it's portraying that all men are the same and all men are chauvinist and all men don't care.
toxic
and,
masculinity and
toxic.
things
Yeah, exactly. Now,
Anyway.
it's really sort of split opinion, and some people think, well, there's nothing wrong with it, and other people think, oh my god, it's the worst thing ever, and the other people think, oh, it's a brilliant message that more brands need to get on this. It's very divisive.
Sounds like a logo. So it sounds like it's work then. To be
Yeah.
honest.
It's a very divisive.
People are
ad.
talking about whether or not this advert's going to be shown, and it hasn't even been on like TV at the Super Bowl yet. The campaign is doing very well.
Yeah.
Everyone's
It's getting
talking
the
about
PR.
Gillette. Yeah, it's getting the PR, good or bad. I don't think you're going to stop using a razor. It's not enough to make me put a razor down and be like, no, I'm going to stop using that anyway.
The funny thing
Other
with
razor
Gillette,
brands are available.
Yeah,
Is
I
that-
don't even use Gillette.
oh, do you not even use Gillette?
Yeah, you're great.
I use one of the mail order services.
Yeah, what Harry's?
I can tell. I can
Yeah.
tell that. How often do they deliver?
Not often enough.
I've been waiting a long time for my last delivery. Anyway,
You find them any good?
yeah, really good.
I thought about swapping over to Harry's,
Yeah, it's good. Really cheap.
but yeah, because Gillette are expensive.
Yeah.
Well, the pack up. Well, anyway, they are. They're just.
Anyway, so we can't really comment on the Gillette ad because you haven't seen it, and
No,
it may or
no.
may not be shown, so it doesn't really count as a Gillette.
Well, we can talk
as a
about it.
Super
Well,
Bowl
we've
advert.
kind of talked about it.
touched on it. But we'll move on from that one. Up there with one of my favourites is the Skittles advert, but I don't think you guys have won over as much.
It gets a nose crease.
I think it's different, and I like that, and it's sort of breaking this advertising dimension of going from TV to reality and being like, let's put on a play instead. And
It's
I'll be intrigued to see how successful the play is. If it works, it could really work. If they're smart, they'll record it, they'll make another advert out of it
Yeah.
because it's on at
Well, they will be.
it's on at 1 p.m. in New York. So part of me is like, are they going to be smart enough and quick enough to film it, cut it into an advert, and get it during an ad break at the Super Bowl, the live theatre production? I mean, if they're able to pull that off, something like that would be incredible.
If the content is
It's
any
good
good,
enough.
Yeah.
and by the content I mean the play. I mean, I don't know how a Skittles play is going to go down. I have no idea.
It's going to be about tasting the rainbow.
But that's the weird. You say that. The weird thing for me about that advert is obviously you got the guy. I don't know his name, but the guy who plays Dexter, just what I know him from, sat there, holding
yeah,
that
that's where it's
packet of Skittles. But when I think of Skittles, I think of that touch the rainbow, taste the rainbow. You think of the giraffe eating the rainbow, being milked for Skittles. Yeah. You think of the guy who everything he touches turns into Skittles.
Yeah.
There's far more comedy, and when you see, I always think great adverts and great branding is when you see an advert or you hear music and you can almost straight away go, that's that company. And a lot of Skittles ads, you get that. But with this one, if I saw it, I wouldn't. It took a while to work out. Oh, this is a Skittles
I
ad.
preferred it from their usual stuff.
Yeah.
It wasn't so sugarly coatedly colourful. I mean, after that,
You mean
stuff,
like Skittles are?
well, that stuff where they started.
Not weird for
when was
weird
when was the one where
Yeah.
they milked the cow and loads of Skittles or something come out?
That's the milk the
giraffe.
giraffe.
Oh, they milked the giraffe. That stuff.
That's still running at the moment.
It's,
Yeah, it is.
I'm just a bit done with that. I just don't. And fair props to the the team that created it. It's a nice advert. And I love the fact when it draws back the curtain and you can see that there's a stage and that. I like all that. I like the scarecrow. I thought it was quite interesting.
It's not the best one, but
It's not. I love the fact that they managed to keep the packet of Skittles constantly sort of upright
in
and
shot.
in shot like that. I don't know how because every time I've had it, it's been a while since I've had a packet of Skittles. But it's brave. And to be fair, I'd rather be if I was putting something, if I was marketing this and coming up with the ideas, I'd rather be along the lines of Skittles, Stella, and Amazon than on the lines of Coca-Cola and Doritos.
It's a brave concept, like you say, in terms of trying to do something a bit different.
Yeah.
In this.
let's see how it works out. That one.
The proof's in the pudding, though, and like you say, until what's going to happen with that show? But to be fair, they could have some major stars being lined up for that show we don't know about, and loads of people are going to turn up to this play and be like,
"Whoa,
"Whoa,
there's Will Smith, like
Yeah.
an all-star cast."
it could be an all-star
Leonardo
cast!" Like, oh my
DiCaprio,
word!
yeah.
And they've put it on for
That would be
free.
something else,
They've
yeah.
invited loads of people that can't normally get the chance to go to a play to go to see a play.
Yeah.
So
Or
Be interested to see how it
budding
works out.
theatrical talents and things like that. There's other ways.
no,
they
they
could
won't
do
go. They won't go to.
No,
a Skittles
I
play.
meant they
But-
could be the actors, they could be the
Yeah,
cast.
yeah.
It's a great opportunity because it's on Broadway, so it could be a chance for people who've never performed on Broadway
Get
to the
noticed.
experience. Yeah.
What was you in? I was last in that Skittles play. Oh yeah. You never know. So, yeah, I like the idea behind it, and it's definitely got more of a current trend, current feel about it, rather than just Budweiser and
At least it feels like they're trying to do something a bit unique.
wind.
I suppose.
To rate it, I give it a. See, I'm going to give Skittles an 8 simply for the fact that they managed to keep that packet straight and in camera shot for as long as they did, regardless of Dexter moving around. Sorry, Dexter, I don't know. Do you know his actor's name? No.
Really don't. No. We're really good with names.
Well, so far I've got them all,
No,
but
it just takes you a while.
takes me a while.
Yeah.
It takes me a while with most things.
Well,
I'm
I'm going to give it an 8 with let's see how the campaign unfolds.
No, you can't
I
give it an 8
feel
with a caveat. You can't. You're not going to have another episode,
I'm going to give it an 8
and that's full stop.
and then maybe I'll tweet about it in like 6 months' time. I'm just intrigued to see where the campaign goes. I feel like they're setting something up here.
Yeah, maybe
And
it's
I
the
feel
start
like,
of a new
I feel like
direction.
it's the start of
no,
something
yeah.
here, and I'm intrigued to see where they take it.
Not so much. I tell you what, the one that's not on your list is the Burger King advert. The Burger King
seen
teaser.
that.
It's just the King, and I didn't know that the Burger King have not. I think 2006 was the last time they advertised the Super Bowl.
Oh, really?
Really?
So in Burger King, all they've done is they've got I think back in the past they've got the dude that wears the Burger
The
King,
king,
the King, and so he's just sitting there, just sort of prepping this empty scene with just a table and sharing a mic, waiting for the ad to go live. So we don't know what Burger King's going to do.
Yeah.
But apparently, yeah. So I'm looking forward to what Burger King do, because
He's
sometimes
performing at the halftime show.
he might do. Who is performing the halftime show?
Maroon 5.
Yeah.
And a rapper
It's a bit of a
who I
letdown,
can't
actually.
remember.
Bit of a letdown.
It's not Chance the Rapper.
I don't know who it is.
not-
I couldn't tell you.
Who did it last year? Was it Gaga last year? Was Gaga the year before?
Gaga last year, I think.
I'm sure it was Gaga last year. Or was it Timberlake? No, I don't know.
was-
Anyway, so 8,
6.
6.
All right, and then we're going to end on the Olay skin.
The killer skin.
Killer skin. Shock and awe advert. I think the idea behind it was,
Has it got Geller in it?
Yeah.
About Buffy.
Yeah.
Ross Geller.
That's who's behind the mask. It's a
That'd be-
tongue in cheek.
That would be quite good
Yeah.
though, wouldn't it? Yeah.
It's Geller.
It's tongue in cheek, but I don't know. Like for me, I'm just a bit like, oh.
I think that type of story is so far away from where Olay have ever been in any type of marketing. I think that's the shock. That's the thing that most people are like, what? Then you've got the fact that it's like a horror and it's going out at like Sunday, sort of like
Yeah,
afternoon.
I don't know how they're going to do it, but
they kind of.
Well, I
even
thought
though
it'd
it's
been,
not,
I thought
there's
it'd been
probably
pulled.
Well,
I don't know if it's
there's nothing in the
definitely
actual.
idea.
I imagine if you break it down, there's nothing in it that's actually not, that's art restricted that couldn't go out on
No,
TV.
it would just freak out young children.
But it's just like it's a bit. But in saying that,
the thing
Doctor
is,
Who goes out.
it's called Killer Skin, isn't it? The hashtag Killer Skin. So I wonder if like the next stage of the campaign is they take the mask off. I don't know. It's someone with radiant
skin.
I tell you what, there's probably I fear for Olay because it's an expensive ad,
Yeah.
and it does feel like with the Skittles one, there's another part to this that is coming, and that might never happen, or whatever does happen, there's going to have to be quite a payoff, because otherwise you can feel if they're thinking of banning it, or not banning it, but just pulling it.
Yeah.
Then
But that works as well, though. As soon as they pull an ad, everyone gets talking about it.
Yeah, they pulled the Olay ad.
It'll be all over
So then I wonder what
yeah.
I really want to see the continuation of the story, and I think that's what they're doing.
Hashtag
I think
Olay, Olay,
again
Olay.
it goes back to what we've said in the previous podcasts, in that if you can tell a story, and all of these ones that have got more of a story behind them, running through
a narrative going through them,
is far more effective, and it draws you far more. It draws you in. You get much better engagement rates rather than just. Let's do Doritos and let's just have the Backstreet Boys. And okay, it looks great, but it's just like a Barbie doll. Looks great, but what's it do?
I agree with
I
you.
suppose though, saying that, I remember that
Hasn't affected Barbie sales.
remember that video I did from the Think 18 thing with Barbie, and the fact that the empowerment that Barbie has on young children. So Barbie does do quite a lot.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Take that back. I like you, Barbie. Anyway,
That's
Olay. So we need to rate Olay.
Oh,
Or
Olay.
Olay.
6. I don't think it's that creative.
I think it's creative for Olay. I think it's quite dangerous.
Oh, creative for Olay.
I think it's
I
risky.
think
I
if
would
they
never.
go
You
to-
would never
yeah.
in a million years watch that and not know that's an Olay and get that's Olay. Never in a million years. That's brave.
I don't like it. Killer skin. Oh, no,
I don't like the
not
killer
them,
skin. No, I think they needed to do something better there. But you don't know what's coming around the corner. It might be that they want some bold
Jason,
campaign.
I don't know.
End of the day, Olay sales are. Did I tell you this the other day? I didn't tell you this? Do you know? You probably know this. That Halloween, Mike Myers.
Yeah.
His mask. That mask is William Shatner's face.
Is it?
They found so basically when William Shatner was getting his
So it's
face
death mask.
I don't know what I think he was getting some prosthetic that word done for Star Trek. So they made a mold of his face,
Right.
and they never used it, and they just left it lying around. And apparently, when they started to film
Someone went,
Halloween, they picked up
That's
the mask.
scary.
They painted it white because there's photos of it there when it was painted skin color. They painted it white and then stuck it on Mike Myers. So when you're watching Halloween, that's William Shatner.
You think of Austin Powers,
This
don't you?
cannot be true. These things do not happen.
Google it.
Honestly.
It's William Shatner.
We'll
This
take a look at
sounds
William
very
Shatner.
much like Brass Eye Shatner's bassoon as a part of a brain. It's stimulated by a
well,
cake.
that's what I've seen. I could be wrong. Oh no, it is.
I think I'll tell you what, as an urban myth, if you just started that, I think that's a brilliant one to start. Heard it here first. Do you know,
that's William Shatner's face.
That's William Shatner's face.
William Shatner might not be happy.
No,
Of course, he's going to be happy. Think of all the free press he's getting out of it.
Yeah.
You watch, he'll be on the front cover of one of his albums that he's still, no doubt, knocking out. Oh, good old Shatner.
All right, so overall, I think.
Olay, we haven't read it, but you wrote.
Oh,
voted,
sorry.
voted,
Sorry.
voted.
Unless it's going to be a massive curveball.
6.
Six.
6, yeah.
6, I'm going 10.
All right, 10. You give it a 10, but we still have a clear winner.
We still have a clear winner.
The clear winner
Pepsi, Stella,
is Amazon.
Amazon. Oh, we can't give Amazon the win.
We have to.
Amazon win everything.
They literally
They're
win
winning
everything.
sales. They're
Yeah.
winning
I mean, anyone would
baskets.
think they're
They're
good at
winning
what they do.
Prime.
Yeah.
Do you think Amazon might be the new, Cyberdyne?
Sorry, what?
You never watched Terminator?
Sensodyne.
No, Cyberdyne. Cyberdyne. Terminator 2.
Terminator 2.
Oh. I'm not. I've seen it. I don't know the references. Sorry, Jesus Christ.
They're taking over the world. As
Do
much
you
as
think
I
Jeff
love,
is T1000?
he could be, couldn't he? You don't know. He could be from the future.
He could be.
He might have come back and thought, you know what? You just need one delivery service, one shopping website to own you all. He's the new, Lord of the Rings, Sauron.
The Eye of Bezos. Well, he's got. I mean,
Well, he's got Alexa.
Alexa's
That's
watching
pretty
it
ready.
over-
That's
yeah.
pretty,
there's probably a hack to make it turn red with a glowing eye. in
We're
the
just
centre
putting it
of
out there. Let's just say that Amazon takes over the world.
Let's not say
No.
that.
Well, then, yeah, but
We're starting a lot of rumours.
We're telling the
today.
future here. We're telling the future.
You could be liable.
It's not liable.
You said it in a podcast.
So, what have I said in the podcast? That Amazon might be taking over the world.
Jeez.
They probably are. Well, look at their sales.
All right.
They're through the roof. They're the one making. Look how much Bezos owns. He's like
Let's-
he's the most
let's-
wealthiest
yeah,
man
let's
on the
stop
planet.
Before you
isn't
get
he?
ahead. Let's stop you before you get ahead and wrap up the podcast.
Anyway, so
Mum will wrap up the
enjoy
podcast.
enjoy. Basically, so it's this Sunday, 11:30 on BBC One. So yeah, if you fancy getting into the NFL, a great place to start. Watch the Super Bowl. It probably will confuse you a little bit. It did when I started watching it, but you'll get there in the end.
Great sport.
It's a great sport to watch, and also you're going to get to check out some of these amazing ads. And there's bound to be a few more out there that we haven't factored into this list, including Burger King's, and I doubt there'll be a few more. Yeah, I reckon there may even be a drop of the new Avengers trailer.
Ooh.
Yes, that's a big shout.
I think they may drop. They'll always drop something like that. They'll drop Endgame. So until next week, thank you very much for tuning in and catching up with us, talking about people taking over the world, Amazon, Super Bowl,
Camilla Parker Bowles.
Who do we want to win?
Rams.
Rams.
Goff.
Come on. I mean, Tom Brady, he's 41. He's the oldest quarterback, so praise out to
Just
Brady.
a number.
I think we're almost stretching at oldest top level athlete in the world. Like 41 is pretty impressive.
Professional bowl.
See, I kind of feel that Brady should. I feel that Brady should get it then, because if he is 41, no doubt this will be win or lose his last Super Bowl.
Not necessarily.
I don't think he can
I
go
mean, I think
again.
people have been saying that for at least
Yeah.
5 years.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, so yeah, check it out. Thanks for tuning in. Reach out to us on our usual social media channels at Thinkbda. So that's on Twitter, LinkedIn, and
Insta.
Instagram. So until next week, this is episode 52, but it's 53. Next week will be 52, but it's not. It's 53. Okay. So does that make sense?
brilliant.
Thank you for tuning in. Have a lovely weekend. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Go Rams.
See ya.
Go Rams.
Yeah.
There you go.
Alrighty.